You've probably heard of either the easy routine or the eat, play, sleep routine before, but today we're gonna talk all about what it really means, when and why you should use it, and just some tips and tricks around having this kind of routine with your newborn baby. Now, off the bat, we can say that the easy routine and the eat, play, sleep routine are essentially the same thing. They're just terms coined by different people, and they pretty much just like literally mean the same exact thing. We have eat, play, sleep, self-explanatory, and then easy, the E is for eat, A is for activity, S is for sleep, and then the Y is for your time. Really, here we're honing in on the fact that your baby can sleep and you can still have time to yourself. Before I jump into the month-by-month breakdown of how to use the easy routine, I want to remind you that there is so much more information in my newborn sleep course. The link is in the description box down below, and this is so much more than just a sleep course. It's going to cover the first 4 months of survival mode with a newborn, setting up routines and getting into the swing of things while you have a new baby in the house, and really just coming into your own as a new mom. So month 1 is 110% survival mode. It is not a time where parents need to be worrying about the eat, play, sleep routine, the easy routine. They don't need to be worrying about their feeding schedule, the sleeping schedule. They don't need to worry about every single thing like that. I'm not saying to not be aware of it, but I'm saying not to worry about it. Some families get into this parent perfectionism where they want to do everything perfectly from day one. Are they doing enough tummy time? Do they have enough structured play? Are they feeding enough? Are they eating on schedule? Are they sleeping enough? Which is all great things to think about, but to become a perfectionist about it is just not healthy for anyone. And truth be told, your baby can feed off of your stress. They can feel when you're stressed. So when mom and dad are stressed out, the baby is going to be stressed out, and that's just gonna lead to more crying, more clinginess, and just more unsureness around how the baby is vibing off of you and feeling. So month 1, don't worry about any of that, except the only thing I want you to worry about with month 1 is surviving, first of all. And I want you to think about your body healing from labor and delivery and bonding with your baby. Get to know this new human that you just created. Your baby is getting to know you, and you need to get to know how your baby eats, how your baby poops, how your baby cries, how your baby sleeps. And you know what? Like, they're gonna wanna sleep on you all the time, and that's okay. That was my spiel about the first month of baby's life. Like, really enjoy it, because it seriously goes by so fast. And especially if you only have a 6-week maternity leave, which is absolutely like sickening in this country, that's a topic for another day. However, month 2 is all about practice. You want to be a little bit more conscious about the eat, play, sleep routine, and I usually just call it eat, play, sleep for the ease of it, which is funny because the easy routine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'll use the words interchangeably because they're the same thing, but you want to be a little bit more conscious of the eat, play, sleep routine. You want to give it a try. But if you end up having to feed your baby to sleep, because he or she will absolutely not fall asleep without like nursing or having a bottle to sleep, it's totally fine. Practice, practice, practice. By month 3, you should be able to fine-tune the eat, play, sleep routine. This is when your baby's circadian rhythm is really starting to develop. Their days and nights are not confused anymore, and you can really start fine-tuning this eat, play, sleep routine. And then especially overnight, they're going to know that it's just eat, sleep, and they're not associating eating with sleeping during the day, so they're less likely to do that during the night. But during month 3, we are fine-tuning and really, getting your bearings with the eat, play, sleep routine. Month 4, we are adjusting and settling in, and I say adjusting because this is when the 4-month sleep regression comes up. So if you're not familiar with the 4-month sleep regression, check out this video after you watch this one. But once that 4-month sleep regression hits, sleep changes. And it's a sleep regression, but it's really a progression because your baby's sleep cycles and sleep habits are becoming more adult-like. Their sleep cycles are becoming more like what ours are like. So adjust your schedule / routines accordingly and settle into that, because it's going to be this way for the rest of your baby's infancy. One of the questions that some of my clients ask me is why? Why do we need to do the eat, play, sleep routine? Because my baby loves nursing to sleep, and then they transfer to the crib just fine. So why do I need to do eat, play, sleep instead of play, eat, sleep? Well, we are going to talk about 5 reasons why I always recommend doing eat, play, sleep. The first one being that your baby will not have an eat to sleep association. So how your baby falls to sleep at bedtime is how they're going to expect to fall asleep for the rest of the night. So that might mean that every sleep cycle, or every 2 hours, or every 3 hours, you are up feeding your baby. Now, of course, like I said, the first month is all survival mode. The second, third, fourth month, you should not have to feed every hour to 2 hours. That's so often, and your baby is just creating a habit of eating to sleep. Some families are perfectly fine with this. They don't mind getting up this often during the night. They don't mind if their baby has to eat so much. But if that's not sustainable for you, it doesn't have to be. Our bodies are designed to sleep through the night, and as our babies get older, I'm not saying 2 months is old because it's not, it's still teensy tiny, and you still need to feed them through the night, but it doesn't need to be after every single sleep cycle. If they're going 3 hours during the day, then they should definitely be able to go 3 or more hours during the night. Now, disclaimer that this is not medical advice, I'm not a doctor. You should speak to your pediatrician about how many times through the night your baby needs to eat. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 times, and that's fine. But not developing the eat to sleep association is going to help your baby sleep longer stretches. Reason number 2 why I love eat, play, sleep is because your baby is having time to digest their food before laying down and going to sleep. So I remember when I was a little kid and I would try like to be really lazy and take a drink of water in my bed while I was laying down, and I would always choke on it. So I always think of this when I'm thinking of babies eating and then right away just like being laid down to sleep. And I can't imagine that that feels good on their tummies, and especially when their digestive systems are so immature and they're still trying to develop their digestive system. Having them feed to sleep all the time is just going to cause stomach upset and more spit up. So the eat, play, sleep routine helps combat that and reverse any of that feeding to sleep and stomach spit up and stomach ache stuff. Reason number 3 why I love eat, play, sleep is because babies thrive on predictability and consistency. If you have the same routines all the time, your baby is going to learn faster. They're going to learn the difference between night and day faster. They're going to learn the difference between daytime cycles and nighttime cycles. They're gonna learn all these things because you're giving them consistency and predictability. Reason number 4 why I love eat, play, sleep is for you, for the mama. So when you know that when your baby wakes up, you're gonna feed them, and then you're gonna have this much time, insert wake window here, you'll have this much time to go out and enjoy the world, because let's be real, you are probably cooped up. You are probably at home with a new baby and you probably don't want to go outside. Maybe it's too cold, maybe there's too many people all over the place, maybe you're scared about germs, maybe you're just scared about people touching your baby, because that used to drive me absolutely insane. Don't touch my baby. But you know when your baby is going to have awake time, so you know when you can get out of the house and actually like have a life beyond just being a new mom. Not to say that being a new mom is not life, because it totally is, but speaking from experience, I climbed under a rock for a solid couple years and I just raised my kids and I didn't care about the world out there. And then I finally like came out of it and I was like, oh, I could have been doing all these things with the kids and I never did. Brief intermission here by the 7, almost 8-year-old. Do you remember being a little tiny baby? Mama! Okay, bye, you're done. Reason number 5 why I love eat, play, sleep is because your baby is going to take in fuller feedings. So if you're just letting them eat on demand all the time, then they're going to be snacking more often, which is going to lead to needing to feed more often. And that's never good for anybody, and that's, if you're nursing, that is gonna hurt your little mama boobies. So just try to avoid that. Now, when your baby has a more full tummy during the day and they're in a very good eat, play, sleep routine, then they're going to have more full feedings during the night, and they'll be able to stay awake during their feeding long enough to take in a full overnight feeding, so that they're not eating every hour because they're hungry every hour. They're actually going to take in a full feeding so they can sleep longer stretches, have more consolidated sleep overnight, and it literally just makes life easier. I hope this video was really helpful. Don't forget to grab the newborn sleep course in the description box down below, and keep blooming. Mwah!